Okay.
All right, good people, this is the Bridge for Math Dr. B coming live at you at Feather River College. Today I want to talk about the quotient rule for exponents. Let's do a refresher. Formula right here. Key thing to note is you have to have the same base for this to work. So x is the base. I call it the thing holding up the exponent. Now notice that the numerator has x to the m power. I call it m in bad boy blue. And then in the denominator, it's got the same base x, but raised to the n power in sexy red. So the formula basically says take the top exponent, subtract the bottom exponent. And you can simplify a division situation with exponents. But let's build some trust. Do you really believe me? Well, I kind of hope so, but let's have some fun with it. If I went up to you and said, what's x times x times x times x? You'd probably say, well, that's x to the fourth power. And I'd say, good job, because that's what it means to be the fourth power. What is x times x times x? X to the third power. Now, you remember that when we're doing division and we're multiplying, what are we allowed to do? And you know you want to say it with me. God, you cross those things out. This x cancels with this x. This x cancels with this x. What's the last one standing? What's the last one living? It appears that there's an x on top still alive. So you basically have x divided by 1 is equal to x to the fourth over x cubed. This is building the trust, making you believe in it. But what is x divided by 1? Isn't that just simply x? Yeah, anything divided by 1 is itself. And what's x? You don't write it, but it's really x to the 1 power. And that's really important to know. Well, let's use the rule that we talked about, the quotient rule for exponents. If this is my top exponent, you know what color I should put there, don't you? That's right, bad boy blue. And what color should I put for the bottom exponent that's cubed? Follow the formula, it's sexy red. So if we use the formula, top exponent subtract the bottom exponent, this is x to the 4 minus 3, which is x to the 1 power, which is x. This whole exercise was for you to build trust and believe in this situation. Let me give you an example of a typical question that we anticipate with exponents. Now, I always joke around with students, but fairly serious when I say this. Notice the formula gives you one variable, x. Then they throw in this example with x and y, two variables. You're like, whoa. But the same thing works for whatever variable we're looking at. So you can look at these separately. You can write this out as x to the 8th over x to the 6th. And all of a sudden you're straight to the formula. Top exponent, subtract bottom exponent. That becomes x to the 8 minus 6, which I'm showing you every step, is x squared. Well, what about the y's? You can look at this as y cubed over y to the negative 1. Oh yeah, OMG, a negative exponent. So negative 1, just treat it like you do with the formula. Top subtract bottom. So this is going to be 3 minus a negative 1. What's a minus minus? You might remember that becomes a plus plus. So this becomes y to the 4th. The thing that's a little trickier on this question is that you're dealing with two letters, two variables, where the formula only had one. But as long as you realize you treat it the same, and one other key, don't forget your fractions. Fraction, top times top, gives you the numerator. Bottom times bottom gives you the denominator. So this works and it's legal. Now, what question have I seen throw students off? This is the ninja question. Let's take it to the next level. Become the ninja. What's the tricky question? Well, I want to ask you, what is my base? You're like, some students go, oh my gosh, I have 2x plus 5y. I need to FOIL this or multiply it out. No, calm down. Did you notice that 2x plus 5y is here and 2x plus 5y is also on the bottom? It's the same base. And so as long as you have the same base, this thing right here, x I'm circling, that's my base. This whole thing is my base. So you literally say it's equal to 2x plus 5y. You know where that came from, right? That's the thing holding up the exponents. Now just take the power, subtract the power. So 7 minus 3. And the answer to this, which looks so terrifying, is simply 2x plus 5y, but now to the 4th power. So you've seen an example of the dark side and you've conquered it. You've seen a typical example, you feel strong. You've built your trust. So I hope that helped you with quotient rule for exponents. This is the bridge for Math Dr. B. Checking out. Come see some more videos. And remember, Math Madness at Feather River College is the ultimate club.